डायगैस्ट्रिक ट्रायंगल का दूसरा नाम क्या है? सबमैंडिबुलर ट्रायंगल. क्यों? क्योंकि वो दो मसल ऑफ डायगैस्ट्रिक से बनता है. सो दिस क्लास इज मोर ऑफ अ रिविजन, and if you know the triangles, it is going to be very easy. So we can learn by drawing a diagram. The diagram is going to be, there are no boards here. Okay, so just think about this, that you draw a very abstract stick figure and you draw two lines. You need only 3 landmarks to understand all the triangles of the neck. Which are those landmarks? You need mandible. What is this? Ramus. So this is ramus of mandible. Which bone is this? Hyoid. And what is the last bone you need to understand? Cricoid. ठीक है. और नीचे अपने को क्लैविकल चाहिए. तो अपना पूरा नेक का बाउंड्री अगर समझेंगे तो कहां से कहां तक है? Ramus of mandible and mastoid tip till clavicle. So that is where your all the triangles and all the important vascular and neural structures go from the head to the rest of your body, right? So let's start understanding it. सबसे पहला एंटीरियर ट्रायंगल है, ठीक है, और पोस्टीरियर ट्रायंगल है. एंटीरियर ट्रायंगल की बाउंड्री क्या क्या है? सुपीरियरली देयर इज, so this entire part that you see when you see a person is your anterior triangle. Everything behind anterior triangle until your ligamentum nuchae is your posterior triangle. Just come. ठीक है, ये क्या है? What is this? Midline. ठीक है, which muscle is this? Sternocleidomastoid. And which muscle is this? Trapezius. So 3 things that you need to know as main landmark. We have talked about 2 bone boundaries. One is ramus and clavicle, and muscular boundaries we have midline, then we have anterior border of sternocleidomastoid, and we have anterior border of trapezius, both sides. So this is what is going to divide all your triangles. ठीक है. अब anterior triangle क्या हो गया? Ramus of mandible, midline and anterior border of sternocleidomastoid. Why is it sternocleido and mastoid? SCM muscle के कितने head हैं? Think of this as a revision class. Keep reminding yourselves whatever you've learnt in your first year. SCM के कितने head हैं? Origination कहाँ है इस muscle का? And where is the insertion? Yes. So it has 2 heads of origin. One is your sternal head and the other is your clavicle head. ठीक है. तो ये muscle fan करती है. अगर दिख रही हो तो, so the one head which goes like this and the other head which goes like this has a potential space in the middle. Eventually, when the muscle fibers traverse up, they join together and insert into the mastoid tip. Any idea how many muscles insert on mastoid tip? One is obviously we're talking about sternocleidomastoid. Then other is, very good, posterior belly of digastric. Then one more muscle, levator. ठीक है. तो ये 3 मसल है जो mastoid tip पे insert करती है. So when we do a mastectomy, what muscle fibers do we encounter the first? Posterior belly of digastric. So whenever you're doing a radical mastectomy, you land up dissecting and removing posterior belly of digastric muscle fibers. Think about posterior belly of digastric as a savior. Why? Because all the major vessels and all the major arterial anatomical landmarks that you want to find, for example, आपके पास level 2 पे इतना बड़ा node है और आपको उसका neck dissection करना है, तो आपको landmark कहाँ मिलेगा? सिर्फ और सिर्फ पोस्टीरियर बेली और डायगैस्ट्रिक को बचा के रखो. जैसे ईयर में बोलते हैं ना, इनकस को बचा के रखो, फेशियल का कुछ नहीं होगा. वैसे ही नेक में पोस्टीरियर बेली और डायगैस्ट्रिक को बचा के रखो. तुम्हारा फेशियल आर्टरी का लैंडमार्क वही है, तुम्हारा इंटरनल कैरोटिड का लैंडमार्क वही है. जब नेक डिसेक्शन में सब खून खराबा हो जाता है तो यू ऑल दैट यू नीड आर लैंडमार्क्स. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हियर वांट्स टू बी अ सर्जन? नो वन. Nobody wants to take up general surgery, ortho, gynae, ENT, ophthalm. ये सब surgical branches हैं. So nobody wants to do surgery. All medicine. दवाइयाँ लिखोगे. So how many for a surgical branch? Okay. Okay. So whenever you take a surgical branch, the first thing that will be taught to you in an operating theater is always follow the landmarks. ठीक है, आपको कुछ निकालना है तो उसके आसपास नहीं भटकना है. What you need to do is what to preserve. What you need to remove will eventually come out. But what you need to leave behind in the body, that is what you preserve. So every time remember, for any surgical fellow, that for you to be a good surgeon, you need to understand what has to be preserved. And things that you preserve, you will only be able to preserve once you know the landmarks, right? So that is what we are coming at. Now, these are the triangles. And if I have a marker. हाँ, ये कौन सा ट्रायंगल है? सबमेंटल कहाँ से हुआ यार ये कौन सी मसल है? एंटीरियर बेली ऑफ डाइगैस्ट्रिक. ये कौन सी मसल है? ये बीच में क्या है? हायोइड बोन. तो हायोइड के ग्रेटर कॉर्नू पे जो दो मसल एक स्लिंग बना रही है वो क्या है? दैट्स डाइगैस्ट्रिक. सो व्हाट ट्रायंगल इज दिस? इट्स अ डाइगैस्ट्रिक ट्रायंगल. Digastric triangle is also known as a submandibular triangle. Why? Because 80% of the space is taken over by submandibular gland. And the other very common structure that you see here is facial artery. ठीक है, facial artery कहाँ से आती है? ये आपकी कैरोटिड है. अच्छा, एक्सटर्नल कैरोटिड, इंटरनल कैरोटिड नेक में कैसे पता करोगे? Anybody who's sure can answer. No one's really judging for you giving a wrong answer. If you think you know the right answer, just say it. So internal carotid की neck में कोई branch नहीं होती. ठीक है, external carotid gives branches in the neck. What are the branches of external carotid in the neck? The first branch is superior thyroid. The second branch is, ऐसे कैसे फाइनल ईयर में आ गए यार? कैरोटिड की ब्रांचेस पूछ रही हूँ, आइका की नहीं. पहले तो आइका बताओ क्या होती है? इंटरनल, एक्सटर्नल. शरीर में कितनी कैरोटिड है? 2. That divides into internal and external. Internal goes up and supplies your brain by forming the circle of. External carotid artery has 7 branches each side. What are the branches? Superior thyroid, ascending pharyngeal, facial, internal maxillary. Terminal branches are superior maxillary and superficial, and the posterior branches occipital. ठीक है, इसको रट लो. नींद में उठा के पूछो तुम्हारा नाम क्या है, तो सबसे पहले 7 branches of carotid आनी चाहिए. If you don't know this, you don't deserve to be MBBS students. I am very sorry. Moving on, ये कैरोटिड है. ठीक है, कैरोटिड की यहाँ पे कौन सी ब्रांच आ जाएगी? यार ये बहुत बेसिक है, तुमको फर्स्ट ईयर में सिखाया होगा. तुम फाइनल ईयर में आ गए हो. आई थॉट यू आर गोइंग टू टीच मी मोर अबाउट दिस देन आई कुड टीच यू. सो व्हाट ब्रांच ऑफ एक्सटर्नल कैरोटिड कम्स हियर? फेशियल. ठीक है, फेशियल आर्टरी को कहाँ पैल्पेट करते हैं हम? वेरी गुड. ये एंगल ऑफ मैंडिबल होता है. अपने 2 फिंगर्स एंगल ऑफ मैंडिबल पे बहुत स्लोली रखो. यू विल बी एबल टू पल्सेट द फेशियल आर्टरी. सो वे सब मैंडिबुलर ट्रायंगल में आपको फेशियल आर्टरी बचानी होती है. जब आप नेक डिसेक्शन करते हो तो व्हाई डू यू वांट टू सेव अ फेशियल आर्टरी? बिकॉज यू आर गोइंग टू यूज अ फ्री फ्लैप. For example, if I'm taking a radial artery forearm flap, or if I'm taking a femoral flap, that means it's a free flap. It is going to have an artery and a vein, and you're going to anastomose it at the recipient site. Donor site क्या होती है? जहां से तुम कुछ लेते हो. Recipient site क्या होती है? जहां पे उसको रखते हो. तो अगर नेक डिसेक्शन किया है तुमने और तुमको यहाँ पे फ्लैप लगाना है मैलिग्नेंसीज में, तो वो फ्लैप का रेसिपिएंट साइट क्या है? नेक है. तो तुमको एक आर्टरी चाहिए ना यहाँ पे, वेर यू कैन एनास्टोमोज योर डोनर आर्टरी. सो व्हाट इज दैट मोस्ट कॉमनली यूज्ड आर्टरी? इट्स अ फेशियल आर्टरी, राइट? So whenever you do a neck dissection, you have to make sure that you save a facial artery. If you don't save a facial artery, that you're in for a toss, because then you're going to have to look for other branches of carotid, right? So this is your submandibular triangle. What are the other structures in your submandibular triangle? सबमैंडिबुलर ग्लैंड हो गया, और कोई ग्लैंड है? ऐसे होते हैं ना ट्विन सिस्टर, सबमैंडिबुलर के पड़ोस की ग्लैंड का क्या नाम है? Sublingual. So sublingual is also here. And what is the muscle which is forming the bulk of submandibular triangle? Digastric are the boundaries. Floor किससे बन रहा है? Mylohyoid. Submandibular gland is not a gland like this. It's a gland like this. ये उसका सुपरफिशियल लोब है जो तुमको दिखता है, और ये उसका डीप लोब है. इसके बीच में जो मसल फाइबर्स आ रहे हैं वो कौन से हैं? Mylohyoid. And mylohyoid forms the majority of your floor of the mouth. So whenever you're doing an intraoral dissection, you need to separate the fibers of mylohyoid, or when you're removing a submandibular gland, you need to remove the superficial, separate the mylohyoid muscles, then only you'll be able to encounter the deep lobe. ठीक है? So always remember major structures. I'm not asking you hypoglossal का anatomy here, but basic पता होना चाहिए. ठीक है? What is this S here? Submental triangle. What are the boundaries of submental triangle? The two anterior bellies of digastric. Where do they meet? What is this? Symphysis mentae, right? So the origins of anterior belly of digastric is symphysis mentae, and this is a potential space. What do you mean by potential space? There is a space and then it's a potential space. What is the difference? What is PFS? Yes, what is a piriform sinus? Is piriform sinus an anatomical structure? What is it? It's a space. It's a potential space. So the difference between a space and a potential space is a space will be formed by boundaries and will be there throughout. But a potential space will be a collapsed structure until or unless it's given a stimulus to open and give space. So pyriform sinus क्या है? ये आपके vocal cords हैं, ठीक है? I am sorry. No, I am also. Please, sir, please. It's okay. Just do whatever you were doing. So what is a pyriform sinus? ये आपके true vocal cords हैं, है ना? True vocal cords is a part of your larynx, and PFS is a part of your. Come on. PFS is a part of hypopharynx. Hypopharynx is a part of pharynx. गले में दो चीजें होती है, जिसे हम खाते हैं और जिसे हम सांस लेते हैं. जिस शरीर के हिस्से से हम सांस लेते हैं उसको हम कहते हैं एयरवे, और जिसे हम खाते हैं उसको हम कहते हैं. वेरी गुड. ईसोफेगस. ईसोफेगस के ऊपर क्या है? Are you sure you are final years? Okay. So esophagus के ऊपर क्या है? Cricopharynx. Cricopharynx के ऊपर क्या होता है? PFS. And PFS is a part of your hypopharynx. So obviously there is a pharynx. So there is a nasopharynx, oropharynx and hypopharynx. वो शरीर का हिस्सा जिसको खाने में उपयोग किया जाता है, जो नाक के पीछे है, उसको कहते हैं नेसोफैरिंक्स. जो मुंह के पीछे है उसको कहते हैं ओरो, और जो गले लैरिंक्स के पीछे है उसको कहते हैं हाइपोफैरिंक्स. हाइपोफैरिंक्स के तीन भाग होते हैं, ठीक है? वन इज पोस्टक्रिकॉइड, द अदर इज PFS, and the third is posterior pharyngeal wall. Understood? Okay. Now posterior pharyngeal wall is that part of PFS, is that part of hypopharynx which you see behind the larynx. That similar structure right behind the cricoid becomes postcricoid. The space lateral to larynx, which is just collapsed until or unless you eat something or you swallow, is a PFS. Good. अब हमको ये समझ आ गया PFS क्या है. PFS क्या है? It's a potential space. That means usually it will stay collapsed until or unless you eat something and then it opens. So PFS का boundary क्या हो गया? Medially क्या है? AE fold, AE क्या है? Very good. Airy epiglottic fold. So airy epiglottic fold has now become the medial boundary. And what is your lateral boundary? Thyroid cartilage. And पीछे क्या हो गया? Vertebra. तो ये आपकी एक ट्रायंगुलर स्पेस बन गई. ये ट्रायंगुलर स्पेस कैसे जाती है? कोलैप्स्ड. जैसे ही खाना आया, लैरिंग्स क्या हो जाएगा? बंद. जस्ट कम हियर. अरे कुछ नहीं कर रही यार, डर. जस्ट ड्रॉ ट्रू वोकल कॉर्ड्स. ओके. सो दीज आर द ट्रू वोकल कॉर्ड्स. ठीक है. और ये PFS है. अब आपने अगर सांस लेना है तो क्या करोगे? यू विल ओपन द ट्रू वोकल कॉर्ड्स, so the PFS will stay collapsed. Now if you want to eat something, what will happen? The true vocal cords will close and the PFS will expand. So anything that expands otherwise is a potential space. Thank you. Now why am I saying this is because submental triangle भी एक potential space है. उसका कोई content नहीं है other than fibrofatty tissue. What is fibrofatty tissue? What is fibro? Fibro मतलब क्या हुआ? Fibrous. That means connective tissue. Fat मतलब क्या हुआ? चर्बी. So fibrofatty tissue. So this space will not have any other specific structure other than fibrofatty tissue with lymph channels. So if you want to dissect a submental triangle, you have to have an enlarged node. Otherwise, what will you end up removing? Only fibrofatty tissue. Understood? So it's the safest triangle to start your neck dissection from. Because if you have a node, you will have a delineated marking. And if you don't have a node, you know where to find a fibrofatty tissue plane. So you know what is SMAS. SMAS is muscular aponeurotic layer, जो हमारे फेस पे होती है, जो हमारी नेक तक एक्सटेंड करती है. That is your plane of dissection everywhere, right? Now the third triangle that you can see here is occipital. Occipital triangle क्या है? It's a part of posterior triangle, right? So what is this C? Carotid triangle. Now carotid triangle का boundary क्या है? ये ऊपर कौन सी मसल है? Posterior belly or digastric. What is this muscle? Just omohyoid won't do. We have to say superior belly of omohyoid, because this then becomes the inferior belly of omohyoid, right? So कौन सी boundary हो गई हो? Medial boundary. Very good. So medial boundary is the superior belly of omohyoid. And what is your posterior boundary? Anterior border of sternocleidomastoid, right? So this becomes your carotid triangle this side, and then there's a carotid triangle on the other side. Now what are the structures of significance of the carotid triangle? Practically everything in the neck, right? So the most common thing is carotid artery. What carotid sheath नाम सुना है? Carotid sheath के क्या क्या कंटेंट है? Carotid artery bifurcating into internal and external carotid. The second, internal jugular vein. Third, vagus nerve. And what is over the carotid sheath? Ansa cervicalis. What is ansa cervicalis? Can you explain what is ansa? Anybody who knows what is ansa? Ansa cervicalis is very important because it supplies all the strap muscles of your neck, right? आंसर कैसे बन रहा है? तो उसको ऐसे सोचो, एक लूप है, ठीक है? इधर से हाइपोग्लॉसल आई, उसने बोला यार मुझे नीचे तक जाने में जोर आ रहा है, तो उसने बोला भाई तू निकल. तो हाइपोग्लॉसल गिव अ ब्रांच विच इज अ डिसेंडिंग हाइपोग्लॉसाई. फिर नीचे से C1 C2 बोले यार ऊपर तक जाने में जोर आ रहा है, तू निकल. तो C1 C2 ने क्या किया? एक असेंडिंग ब्रांच दे दिया. सो दिस लूप दैट इज फॉर्म्ड इज नोन एज ANSA. So ANSA is a nerve which has the limited and the most shortest distance of the entire neural pathway in your body. मतलब वो पैदा हुई, उसने अपना काम किया और वो खत्म हो गई. So think of ANSA, but ANSA is very important. Why? Because you can do laryngeal re-innervation surgeries with ANSA. It's a beautiful nerve. क्यों? क्योंकि उसका sympathetic C1 C2 component भी है, उसका motor hypoglossal component भी है. तो जहां पे आपको मोटर पार्ट भी चाहिए, सेंसरी पार्ट भी चाहिए, विच नर्व कैन यू यूज? यू कैन ओनली एंड ओनली यूज ANSA, राइट? बिकॉज इट्स अ वेरी गिविंग ब्रांच. इट बी लाइक ठीक है, स्ट्रैप मसल्स हटा दो, इट विल गेट अ क्रॉस इनर्वेशन, यू कैन यूज मी. सो identifying ANSA cervicalis is very important when you want to do laryngeal re-innervation surgeries, you want to do facial reanimation surgeries. That is where you have to preserve ANSA. What muscles does answer supply? I just said so. Strap muscles. What are strap muscles? Trapezius, no. Yes. Yes. Very good. Good. So स्ट्रैप मसल्स को दो भाग में डिवाइड करो. एक है सुप्रा हायोइड ग्रुप ऑफ मसल्स, एक है इंफ्रा हायोइड ग्रुप ऑफ मसल्स. ये कौन सी बोन है? हायोइड. इसके ऊपर जो भी कुछ होगा वो क्या हो जाएगा? सुप्रा हायोइड. इसके नीचे जो भी मसल होगी वो क्या होगी? इंफ्रा हायोइड ग्रुप ऑफ मसल्स. सो एनीथिंग विच इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द बोन एंड गोइंग टुवर्ड्स इट विल बी इंफ्रा हायोइड ग्रुप ऑफ मसल्स. फॉर एग्जांपल ओमो हायोइड. ओमो हायोइड मतलब it is coming from the, sorry, it is inserting into the hyoid and it's coming from clavicle. Yes. So it comes from here and it inserts into the hyoid. So any muscle which is inserting in the hyoid will be your infrahyoid group of muscles, which is again sternohyoid. यहाँ पे एक थायराइड कार्टिलेज है, थायरोहायोइड. तो ये सारी मसल्स क्या है तुम्हारी? स्ट्रैप मसल्स. ठीक है. और क्या क्या कैरोटिड ट्रायंगल का कंपोनेंट है? You have very important group of lymph nodes there, which is jugular chain of lymph nodes, level 2, 3, 4. Majorly level 2, 3, 4 यहाँ तक आ जाएंगे आपके. ठीक है. So this is your carotid triangle. What is M here? Muscular triangle. Muscular triangle is between which two muscles? Yes. Superiorly it is up between the superior belly of omohyoid on both sides and inferiorly it is between the sternocleidomastoid muscles on both sides. So again muscular triangle में कोई बहुत specific anatomical structure नहीं होता, but again you have fibrofatty tissue here and you need to do a thorough plane of dissection if you want to remove all the lymphatic channels. So just out of curiosity, why in a malignancy of oral cavity do we do a neck dissection? ये तो पता है करते हैं. अगर सीए ओरल कैविटी है, मान लीजिए बकल म्यूकोजा है, यू हैव अ सीए टंग, यू विल एंड अप डूइंग अ नेक डिसेक्शन. व्हाई डू यू डू अ नेक डिसेक्शन इफ इट्स जस्ट अ सीए ओरल कैविटी? कार्सिनोमा और सार्कोमा में क्या फर्क है? व्हाट इज कार्सिनोमा? Carcinoma spreads through lymphatics and sarcomas will spread through hematogenous routes. Like liver malignancies will spread through hematogenous routes, but CA oral cavity will spread through lymphatic routes. So that is why having lymph nodes and lymphatic channel understanding is very important, because all oral cavity malignancies will spread via lymphatic routes. And how many lymph nodes do we have in the neck? As a rough idea? 6. Any other guess? 7. 200 to 400 each side. There are more than 400 to 800 lymph nodes in your neck. You can't practically start identifying and naming each node. That is why we have done grouping or leveling of nodes. So यहाँ से यहाँ तक है तो लेवल 3 हो गया, यहाँ से यहाँ तक है तो लेवल 4 हो गया, क्योंकि 800 lymph nodes हैं अपने नेक में. How many can you remove and how many can you label, right? That is why, but all have the potential to have a metastasis. That is why when you do a neck dissection, you do at levels. So if you're removing a submental group of lymph node, you'll call it a level 1. If you're removing a submandibular, you'll call it 1B. If it is between the skull base, which is mastoid, till the level of hyoid, it is going to be level 2. Again, anteriorly 2A, posteriorly 2B. Then from hyoid to thyroid, it is level 3. Thyroid to cricoid, it is level 4. And so on, 5A and 5B. ठीक है? तो ये आपके group of lymph nodes हैं. Now, occipital triangle is between which muscles? Trapezius and sternocleidomastoid. And what is this space? Supraclavicular triangle. ठीक है? अभी ये जो स्पेस है, ये स्पेस का क्या नाम है? I told you there are two heads of a SCM. So this is your sternal head, this is your clavicular head. What is the space in the middle? It's very important. What space is this? ये तुम्हारा homework है. You're going to find out what space is this. So I think I've spoken all about this. We've understood submental triangle, submandibular triangle, ठीक है. हाइपोग्लॉसल नर्व किसको सप्लाई करती है? इज इट अ मोटर नर्व और अ सेंसरी नर्व? हाउ मेनी फॉर मोटर एंड हाउ मेनी फॉर सेंसरी? इट्स अ मोटर नर्व, प्योर मोटर नर्व. तुम सब पहले तो फर्स्ट ईयर में जाओ. 12 क्रेनियल नर्व होती है बॉडी में, ये पता है? कैन वी नेम 12 क्रेनियल नर्व्स? लेट्स स्टार्ट. वन इज, और जोर से सारे बोलो. वन इज, सेकेंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ. आई थिंक द बॉयज नो द क्रेनियल नर्व्स. यू डोंट नो द क्रेनियल नर्व्स. Fourth is, fifth is, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, spinal accessory, and 12th. Amongst these 12, which ones are purely motor? One I just said, hypoglossal. The other purely motor? Oculomotor. Third, spinal accessory has a little bit of sensory component. Fourth, trochlear. ठीक है? And which ones are mixed? Facial nerve is a mixed nerve. Then fifth nerve. Then glossopharyngeal, vagus, and spinal accessory. These are your mixed nerves. Purely sensory, olfactory, optic. अरे भाई ENT, eighth nerve. बड़े बुरे हाल है, भगवान बचाए तुम्हें. स्टाइलोहायोइड मसल कहाँ से आती है? स्टाइलॉइड प्रोसेस से. कहाँ जाती है? Now carotid triangle, I've already told you what are the boundaries of carotid triangle, what are the contents of carotid triangle. So, okay, done. When I ask, you answer. What is CCA? Now can you see the answer? है ना? दिख रहा है? डिसेंडेंस हाइपोग्लॉसाई से बन रहा है, ऊपर सर्वाइकल C1 C2 से असेंडेंस हाइपोग्लॉसाई. इट एग्जैक्टली लुक्स लाइक दिस. ठीक है? व्हाट इज RMV? वेरी गुड. व्हाट इज RMV? रेट्रो मैंडिबुलर वेन. यस. सो यू नो द वीनस सप्लाई ऑफ द फेस. कैन आई आस्क or shall I not even ask? Retromandibular vein joins which vein to form common facial vein? So please understand, even when you want to write NEET essays, you will land up giving 50 questions or more only and only on anatomy. So please be very thorough with your anatomy. And if you don't know anatomy, trust me, it's going to be very difficult, especially for surgical branches. So keep on learning, keep on revising, and keep on memorizing your anatomy. That is the crux. It is true. When we were also in our final year, we used to think बस medicine आ जाए, दुनिया बदल देंगे. It's not true at all. You have to know your anatomy, and you will not get away with this. We still read anatomy, and being in final year MBBS, anatomy is the key. Right? So neck anatomy is one anatomy which is very easy because everything is out there. You can see it. The most difficult anatomy of the body is ear anatomy because it's so microscopic and you can't see 90% of these things. You just have to imagine until unless you see it under a microscope. So it's, you know, for 1% we'll understand that probably you've not understood anatomy of ear. But anatomy of neck not understood, it's non-negotiable. So we know muscular triangle, ये सब मैं पढ़ा चुकी हूँ. Also please start giving your attendance, 3 papers each row. Posterior triangle का boundary हमने पता कर लिया. Posterior border of sternocleidomastoid, anterior border of trapezius, this clavicle, and this prevertebral fascia. So again, a very important point. What is Erb's point? देखो तुमने एनाटॉमी में Erb's 2 जगह पढ़ा होगा. कहाँ? One is Erb's point where brachial plexus. Very good. एक brachial plexus में Erb's point पढ़ा था जब ऐसे हो जाता है हाथ, और दूसरा ये Erb's point है. ठीक है? So this is also very important. Why? Because when you're doing a posterior triangle dissection, if you end up damaging this area, you will start damaging which nerve? Many, but to begin with, spinal accessory. स्पाइनल एक्सेसरी का कोई ओरिजिन बता सकता है मेरे को? उसको स्पाइनल और एक्सेसरी क्यों बोलते हैं? क्या काम करती है स्पाइनल एक्सेसरी? क्यों है वो? Sternocleidomastoid is supplied by which nerve? Spinal accessory. Trapezius is supplied by? So that is the motor part of spinal accessory, right? तो स्पाइनल एक्सेसरी क्या है? स्पाइनल एक्सेसरी एक रेट्रोग्रेड नर्व है. ठीक है? यूजुअली सारी क्रेनियल नर्व्स कहां बन रही है? ब्रेन और ब्रेन स्टेम, एंड देन दे डिसेंड. ओनली वन अतरंगी नर्व विच फॉर्म्स इन द नेक एंड देन गोज अप एंड देन कम्स डाउन इज स्पाइनल एक्सेसरी. So it is forming from the spinous processes by various roots which are visceral efferents of C2, C3 and a little bit of C1, C2, and then it ascends up and joins the accessory nerve, forms the spinal accessory, then comes down. So only nerve which goes retrograde from the neck to the brain is your spinal accessory. So spinal part of the nerve is your sensory part which supplies the sensations of your neck, and motor part is the accessory part which supplies your trapezius and SCM muscles. What happens when you damage spinal accessory? You will have a paralysis of trapezius and sternocleidomastoid. अगर trapezius का paralysis हो जाएगा तो shoulder का कौन सा function चला जाएगा? Elevation, overhead abduction. So patient will have a drooping shoulder. He will not be able to do overhead abduction. So you will see patients who have been operated for CA buccal mucosa, अगर उनका RND हो जाता है. RND is radical neck dissection, where you remove 3 main structures: IJV, SCM and spinal accessory. How do they move their hand? They will come to you like this and they'll move their hand like this with the help of the other side. So you know that the patient has had an RND. The moment the patient is not able to do an overhead abduction, you know trapezius is gone, and trapezius is gone because spinal accessory has been removed. So Erb's point is essential in identification because यहाँ पे आपको 3 major nerves दिख रही है. Transverse cervical nerve. Transverse cervical nerve कहाँ जाती है? बहुत दुख की बात है, तुमको कुछ नहीं आता. Transverse cervical nerve ऊपर जाके क्या बनाएगी? फ्रेनेक. और ग्रेटर ऑरिक्यूलर नर्व किसको सप्लाई करती है? पिन्ना को. पैरोटिड सर्जरी में तुम कौन सी नर्व को उड़ाते हो? ग्रेटर ऑरिक्यूलर. तो क्या होता है? पेशेंट को पिन्ना का सेंसेशन चला जाता है. यू विल पुल द पिन्ना, नथिंग विल हैपन. यू गेट अ ट्रॉमा ऑन द पिन्ना, नथिंग विल हैपन. इफ यू डोंट वांट टू लिसन, आई कैन स्टॉप. लेसर ऑक्सीपिटल सप्लाइज विच पार्ट? My God, space. Okay, so space is basically the same triangle but with a space, right? So we have a submental space, we have a submandibular space, carotid space, but in the spaces we have certain added spaces like a masseter space. What is a masseter space? What is masseter? Masseter is a bone. हाँ, मसल है. क्या काम करती है masseter? Mastication. Where is it? Where is masseter? Can anybody tell me the origin and insertion of masseter? muscles of chewing, medial pterygoid, lateral pterygoid, temporalis and अभी क्या चिल्ला रही हो इतनी देर से, मैसेट। ये चार मसल क्या काम करती है? चूइंग, मैस्टिकेशन, राइट। सो मैसेटा का कहां से ओरिजिन है? फ्रॉम द, yes, and then it fans out. So masseter space is the space which is between the muscle and your mandible. Then there is parotid space. Now we know parotid fascia is the only fascia in the entire body which is very tightly adherent to the gland. Usually you know compartment syndromes. Compartment syndromes क्या होते हैं? उसके नीचे की मसल में shear trauma होगा या कोई RTA होगा, the muscle will bleed or will have an inflammation and you will have swelling and tenderness. That is compartment syndrome. Compartment syndrome body में कहीं भी हो सकता है. Only problem is with parotid space. In the parotid space, there is no space for the parotid fascia to expand because superiorly there is zygomatic arch, inferiorly there is mandible, and medially there is parotid, and laterally there is skin. So basically, there is no defined potential space in the parotid fascia. That is why parotid swellings, if ever you've seen a mumps patient or you've seen parotitis in your family, you'll know that it's very, very painful. You can't touch a parotid swelling because it is so tender and so inflamed because वहाँ पे space नहीं है. Everything is happening in just few millimeters of space. So parotid fascia और parotid abscess को drain करने का क्या तरीका है? Just remove the tension in the parotid fascia. Where do you do it? The only abscess in the entire body should be drained, right? That is the first line of Love and Bailey. We have what is Love and Bailey? Okay, it's a book. है ना, एक बुक है जो MBBS स्टूडेंट्स पढ़ते हैं ताकि उनको थोड़ा सा ज्ञान प्राप्त हो. In case you already know a lot and you wish to avoid that book, then the first line of that book is abscess anywhere in the body should be drained. The only abscess in the body which goes transversely drained is your parotid abscess. Rest all will be drained in the longitudinal axis. ठीक है? क्यों हम neck abscesses को transversely drain करते हैं? क्योंकि हमको we all have the aesthetic line in the neck which are going transverse. बाकी पूरी body में vertical है. So longitudinal axis में आप सारी abscesses drain करते हो सिवाय parotid और neck abscesses के जिसमें आप transverse incision लगाते हो. ठीक है? Especially parotid because the fascia is upside. So if you start giving an incision in the longitudinal axis, you'll only land up separating the fibers but not give space. So you have to cut them. Right? That's what I'm saying. Anatomy is very important. हल्के में मत लो. बड़े सारे स्पेसेस है, वही तुमको कैसे पढ़ाएंगे. दो तीन और समझ लो जो जरूरी है. पेरीडोंसिलर स्पेस. क्विंसी क्या होता है? अटेंडेंस हो गया सबका? प्लीज जल्दी जल्दी पेपर पास कर दो पीछे. सो व्हाट इज पेरीडोंसिलर स्पेस? व्हाट इज क्विंसी? What is quinsy? Quinsy is peritonsillar abscess. ठीक है? हमारे पास कितने टॉन्सिल है? 2. We have 2 palatine tonsils and palatine tonsils are in the tonsillar fossa, जिसका एक टॉन्सिलर बेड होता है जिसमें बकोफैरेंजियल फेशिया होता है. बकोफैरेंजियल फेशिया और बक्सीनेटर मसल के बीच की स्पेस को पेरीटॉन्सिलर स्पेस बोलते हैं. यहाँ पे अगर आपको लॉन्ग स्टैंडिंग टॉन्सिलाइटिस है, if the infection ascends into this space, it will create an abscess here which is known as peritonsillar abscess, aka quinsy. Now the problem is abscess anywhere in the body should be drained. How do you access this space? It is behind the tonsil. So what you do is you create a line which is from the superior pole of the tonsil and from the anterior pillar and give a stab. All the pus will come out. Again, a potential space, right? So submandibular space I've already explained. Another very important space is a parapharyngeal space, but it's a class in itself. So parapharyngeal space is basically carotid space divided into 2. So it's a pyramidal shaped space which has a pre-styloid and a post-styloid boundary. I think it will be a lot for this class, so I'll just stop here.